Here's an update from the KSHB 41 Weather Center. All right, it's going to be a cloudy day, and a windy day, and a cold day, but a dry day. And if you are tailgating and going to the game, the winds will come down later on during the afternoon, especially tonight. And I'll explain here in a minute why we want the clouds to hang on overnight as opposed to clearing out. So as we take a look at the situation as of 7 a.m., it was 30 at KCI, 28 in Maryville, 41 in Butler, 41 in Clinton. That 40-degree temperature was here at midnight, but the colder air is moving in on north winds that are gusting at times over 30 miles an hour, around 30 miles per hour or so, and that brings these wind chills into the teens and 20s. Now, these wind chills are based on the sustained wind, which is 15 to 20 miles per hour, but when it gusts at 30 miles an hour, you can knock off another 5 to 10 degrees on those wind chills. So it is a cold day out there. Now, it's not as cold as it is in North Dakota, -9 in Bismarck, -11 in Aberdeen, South Dakota. We're not going to get into that Arctic air, but definitely colder air coming in, snowing again in Chicago. So if you're traveling up there, I'm sure there are delays, but it does look like that system is moving out, and it's not as big as the one for Thanksgiving. There's a little bit of snow in the western Dakotas to western Nebraska. That will stay to our north. What we have is low clouds. The blue is low clouds at night, and you can see they're moving south over us, but look at the western edge of the low clouds. They're moving east. That means I think they're going to kind of sit around here all day long. We may get a peak of sun, but if the clouds hang tough tonight, the low will be in the mid-20s because clouds act like a blanket, hold in whatever relative heat there is. If it clears out, the heat escapes into the atmosphere and it drops quickly, those temperatures. So when we have the Chiefs game and people are outside, the clouds would keep it a little warmer. So hopefully that will be the case, but we don't expect any precipitation. So as we take a look at the upper level flow, what is going on here over the next 7 days? Well, we don't see any big systems. We see a lot of weather systems coming in from the northwest around an upper level high off the California coast. An upper level high in the summer is a heat wave creating machine. And in the colder months, it just means warmer and drier than average, and mostly dry, and could be much warmer than average if the ridge gets over you. So here we are. The flow is from the west-northwest. Each one of these systems goes by, brings a little front and a little warm-up. And when we get towards the end of the week, see the polar vortex over Hudson Bay, and there's a little westward extension on Thursday. That will swing into the Great Lakes, and that could bring in a pretty cold air mass, possibly the coldest of the season. But then also look, by a week from now, it starts to warm up because the ridge is moving east. It's weakening, but it's moving in, and that colder air flow is moving away. What we also don't see is any big storm systems. I just don't see any significant precipitation. I'll show you that here in a second. So for the temperatures today, it's going to hold about where it is now, right around 30 degrees, give or take a degree or two. The wind will come down. Now on this data, I don't have the clouds on there, but you can tell the clouds are on there because there's 26 at 7 p.m., and it stays there all night long. It might drop to 25, even go back up a degree, and 12 in Des Moines, 5 in Davenport, Iowa. They're in the Arctic air and clear sky. And so we shall see. If it stays cloudy, it's not going to drop below 25 probably. But if it clears out, it could drop into the mid to upper teens. So we'll have to watch that. But regardless, whether it is cloudy or clear tonight, we'll get up to near 40 tomorrow. Look at the 50s out in the western plains. And as we take a look at Tuesday, this is definitely the warmest day of the week. Into the 50s, 60s not that far away as a south to southwest wind moves in about 10 to 20, even gusting to 25 miles per hour. Then on Wednesday, a little front comes in. We drop back to the upper 30s to low 40s. Then on Thursday, there's another front that comes in and keeps us in the 30s to low 40s. What you don't see there is Wednesday night, a little warm front goes by. And then this front means business because here's the end of the week. 20s and 30s here with single digits and teens to our north. Some data has us getting highs only in the teens. We're going 20s right now. Let's see how deep that cold air gets. But there is a chance we may struggle to get to 20 for a few days at the end of the week. And as far as snowfall over the next 7 days, you can see the 4 to 8 inches is up there from the North Dakota and the Great Lakes to New England where the lake effect snow. 1 to 4 inches of snow from Omaha to Indianapolis, and northern Missouri is on the northern edge. Northern Missouri is on the southern edge of the snow. Kansas City is really on the southern edge. So we'll see, and that would be with one of these weather systems, possibly the one at the end of the week, could dust the ground. We shall see. We're going to leave it out of the forecast for now, but we'll watch it. So for today, mostly cloudy, cold, wind chills in the teens at times, even a little colder than that when the winds gust to 30 miles an hour. We have north to northeast 10 to 20, but gusting to 30 at times. And then tonight, kickoff 25, we're going to play the middle game here, low 19 to 22. It's either going to probably be 16 or 17 or 25, depending if it clears or not. Of course, it could be partly cloudy as well, not totally clear. So mostly cloudy, a decreasing wind, very cold, and temperatures in the teens with the wind chills 5 to 15, even though the wind will come down. And then as we take a look at Monday, we have highs around 40. After any clouds, it will clear out on the Super 10-day forecast. Tuesday, definitely the warmest day, 55. And then in the 30s Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, Saturday, highs in the 20s, lows in the teens, but it could be colder than that. And it does look like a warm-up by the middle of the following week. Have a great week ahead. Stay healthy. Go Chiefs. They need to win. Have a great week.